Belgium gives Ukraine nearly $1 billion in military aid, including 30 supersonic fighter jets.
Here's a summary of the article.
Brussels. Belgium's pledge on Tuesday to send the first batch of F-16 fighter jets to Ukraine this year comes with a clear warning to Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky: don't fly them in Russian territory. Ukraine and Belgium have signed a security agreement which includes the delivery of 30 US-made F-16 fighter jets, in a move to bolster Kyiv's defense capabilities against Russian President Vladimir Putin's ongoing invasion. Volodymyr Zelensky and Belgian Prime Minister Alexander De Croo agreed on a plan that includes at least €977 million in Belgian military aid to Ukraine this year, the Ukrainian president announced Tuesday, during a visit to Belgium. De Croo had already announced last year that Belgium would send F-16s to Ukraine in 2025 without saying how many. These F-16 jets will be provided to Ukraine as soon as possible. Our aim is to be able to provide first aircraft before the end of this year, 2024, De Croo said at a press conference with Zelensky. On Tuesday, Belgium also pledged to provide Ukraine with support over the course of the agreement's 10-year term. Zelensky's visit to Belgium was initially scheduled earlier but had to be postponed due to Russian forces advancing in Ukraine.
This post received a score of 23,000, with an upvote ratio of 93%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Looks like most of Europe is sending Ukraine their F-16s as they upgrade to the more modern F-35s or Rafales. Hopefully the trend continues.
Belgium ordered their F-35s in 2018. Their first plane rolled off the assembly line in 2023. They're desperate to get their hands on them. Belgium's military is interesting on its own, because each of their branches are organized to be able to work together, but also to complement the capabilities of different allies. The land component has become more and more integrated with the French army. The sea component has integrated with the Dutch and Germans. The air component operates regularly with the RAF. I think they're a fascinating example of a modern minor European military.
Well, our country is small, our army is small on its own, but, as the media always says, Brussels rules. Europe as we know today was started mostly by us with the Benelux, so now we have the European Commission and also the headquarters of NATO. All this means that it's natural for us to also help to start the idea of an European army.
Thank God someone in Europe has an actual idea for Europe.
But fights constantly with itself. I really like Belgium, but it does seem to have an easier time envisioning a united Europe than a united Belgium sometimes.
Belgium is the wall of Europe confirmed? Just make sure that everything in Amsterdam stays red and we'll be good.
Oddly, they've chosen an F-35 as the photo when they're giving F-16s. Versus low-effort journalism.
Low effort? They went through all the effort to find out for us that the fighter jets are supersonic, which is very important to know about a fighter jet.
Is there any fighter jet that is not supersonic? Asking for a friend.
Pretty much out of service now, but the Harrier.
Oh yeah, it had direction-changing engines. Pretty clever. I built a paper model when I was a child. Who knew? I remember this till today. Cheers.
I still think of it as the Harrier jump jet, and remember the VTOL Part 2, vertical takeoff and landing. Such a cool idea, straightforward concept, but trying to balance lift and acceleration must be an insanely difficult real-world exercise.
Almost all fighter jets have been supersonic for a long time now.
Subsonic fighter jets are probably top secret.
Subsonic planes have a huge advantage over modern fighters.
That's how the US lost one P-80. The pilot stalled trying to fight a Po-2 biplane.
Pilot didn't practice enough in War Thunder. You have to boom and zoom slow targets like that.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.